everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've already filmed this video, but I accidentally disconnected my phone from my computer while it was transferring the data, and I didn't realize it, and I went to go look at the footage and it wasn't there, and I had deleted it off my phone. So, lesson learned, I have to refilm 2 videos, and this is one of them. But anywho, here I am. So this is another Top 5 Tuesday, and this week's topic is going to be top 5 ways to keep your home tidy. So this isn't necessarily like a deep clean organizing, like this is more about your house being, tidy and neat. And, my home is lived in. I have 2 adults and 2 teenage boys in my home, 2 dogs and a cat. So I prefer a lived-in home. I mean, what I mean by that, I feel comfortable if anybody were just to stop by. I feel comfortable with that. My house is tidy, it's neat, but it is lived in. I have dog toys. I have, for the most part, the kids, keep their stuff in their rooms. But, I have planner stuff laying around. It's lived in. It's, my husband has his soda cans, I have my coffee cups. But it's neat and it's tidy, and I have, a purpose for everything. And like I said, I feel comfortable with anybody just stopping by. So I want to give you my top 5 tips for keeping your home neat and tidy. So tip number 1. Which I feel like is my most utilized and most important tip of all. And that would be to never leave a room empty-handed. Now, maybe never is a very strong word. Until you get into this habit, it may be never. But once you get into this habit, so let me explain it. Basically, so say you're in the front room, in your living room, family room, whatever you call it, you're in there, and you on the table you have your coffee cup, or you have some trash that you had, or whatnot. You have something like you had some popcorn and you have a bowl sitting there. You get up to go to the bathroom or to go to your bedroom or go to your go to the kitchen, and you see any of those things, pick it up at that moment. Even if you're not going to the kitchen, but you have a couple of dishes there, take them to the kitchen. At least in my home, I guess I don't think it doesn't matter where it is in your home. I think, in my home, you go through the kitchen to get to the back of the house. But regardless, if you're leaving one room and going to another, you might as well take it with you. So that's an example of like what could be in the front room. If there's any toys in there that belong into, the kids' bedroom, or dog toys in my case, I never leave the room empty-handed unless there is nothing, to pick up. My shoes, I'm horrible about my shoes, so I try to remember. So if I'm going to the bathroom and I see my shoes laying there, I just taken off after I got off work, I grab my shoes, and my shoes go in my closet. With the exception of my husband's shoes, he prefers his shoes sitting there in the living room. That is fine. Sometimes you have to make compromises. So those are my compromises. But I will pick up my shoes and I will put them in the closet on my way. Another example is every night after dinner and after I clean the kitchen, I take my hand towel and my kitchen washcloth, and I always put it in the dirty clothes, but I usually do that in the evening on my way to bed. So I will grab that, and because the laundry hamper is on my way to my bedroom. So it's a habit now where I just grab it and throw it in there. But in the past, I'd be like, okay, I'll look around and like, what do I need to take? I'm going this way. So I'll put it in there. There may be like right here. As an example, these I had sitting on next to my Keurig machine in my, this was not planned. I just happened to do this on my way back here to film. So I knew I was coming back here to film. I cleaned the house today, and these 2 things, I had just bought this, and I cleaned out my purse, and this was in my purse. And so I had them on the counter because I knew next time I came back this way I wanted to grab them. So I was coming back to film, so I saw those 2 things sitting there. The last things I had to put away for the day, grabbed them and brought them back here. They didn't quite make it into my makeup area, but they made it to the right room. So, like I said, it's just little things. So those are only examples I can think of right now, but just look around you. If you are in the kitchen, look around. Is there anything that, you know, you're walking towards the bathroom? Do you pass by the hamper? Do you have anything in there that needs to be put away? Just think about it before you go from one room to another. Just think about what you could take with you to keep things picked up. Tip number 2. Make checklists. Now you guys probably aren't going to be surprised about this. And again, these are just my ways. These are things that help me. Not everybody is a checklist person. I am a checklist person. I have monthly, weekly, and daily checklists when it comes to, you know, keeping my house clean and keeping it organized. And I just have things that I like to accomplish for the month, and then I narrow it down to what I can do in the week, and then I narrow it down to what I can do by the day. Now I work 40 hours a week out of the home. I am actually outside the home about 50 hours by the time I leave in the morning and I get home. So it's about 50 hours a week that I am gone from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I don't have a lot of time on a daily basis to do it. That's why I have my routines. And so I do have my list. So I kind of think of, what do I want to accomplish for the month? And usually there's one big item I tackle, and that'll be another one of the tips. But I put that on my monthly list plus anything else on my monthly list that I want to tackle. And then I narrow it down to what I can do a week. And usually my weekly tasks are going to be on my weekends, of course. And then my daily things are like just touching up the bathrooms, doing a load of laundry. Every single day I do one complete load of laundry. Wash, dry, fold, put away. That is one complete laundry. I do that every single day, and it helps me immensely. So just have your little checklist of what you can get done and narrow it down and cross them off, and it helps you so much keeping things in order. Tip number 3. Have a spot for everything. So this is mainly talking to like people who have junk drawers. I used to have a junk drawer. It is now my coffee and tea drawer, but it was a junk drawer before. And even keeping it organized, it got to be a mess. So now I do not have a junk drawer. This is what I have is on a counter space. Anything it needs to go somewhere else, I just put it right there. And then like I said, I grab it when I go to whatever room that those things are in. So if you do have a junk drawer, because that's how you roll, that's fine. I just highly, highly, highly suggest that you have organizational tools inside of there, and that you only put what goes in each one. So meaning, like, say you have batteries, paper clips, pens, scissors, post-it notes, I'm trying to think of other things, hair ties, although hair ties probably don't go in a junk drawer, but they could end up there. I suggest you have an organizational device or vessel, whatever you want to call it, for each one of those things. So you only put batteries in your one little square. You only put pens in your one little thing. You only have a small little thing for your paper clips. This being because if you have one, like say you have 2 big things that fit in your drawer, you have 2 big and you just put stuff in there. Sure, it's all contained and it's not all over the house and not all over the drawer, but you have to dig through there to find the things, and then things go all over the place, and then it just ends up being a big mess. If you just have little compartments that have one type or category of item in each of those compartments, it sounds crazy, it sounds OCD, but believe me, it helps so much when it comes to keeping everything tidy. And it also, I mean, just depending on who's over, it's always nice when you open up that drawer and it's just all, So just have a place for everything. Another example of this is that, like my dog toys, and this could help with people who have small children. So it never fails, you have your toys, and like I have little dogs who tend to like to play with toys a lot. My dogs love to play with toys, and they drag them all over the place. They drag their beds all over the place. So what I end up doing is every time I come home from work, there'd be toys in the bedroom, there'd be toys in the living room, there'd be just toys strung all over the place. So I have 3 dog toy bins. I know my dogs are spoiled, very, very spoiled. But I found that instead of having to go, and gather them up and then take them all the way back out to the living room, or gather them up, bring them all the way back in the bedroom, I have a vessel in the bedroom, a vessel in the hallway, and a vessel in the living room. And wherever I find a toy, I just put it in the closest one. And the dogs will find them. I mean, they have their favorites or whatever, but they know where they know where to find them. I just end up having to put the dog beds back where they go. I don't know what one of these days I want to set up a camera and see what the heck these dogs are doing during the day, because it's crazy. Um, Anywho, so have a spot for everything. It's, it's like, it's just, those are the kind of examples. So if you have small children have toys, consider maybe having, a toy bin in, in your living room. I mean, it doesn't have to be big, but maybe just something to where at least temporarily you could throw in there, you know, if you don't want to bring them all the way to the kids' bedroom. But if you don't mind having, a little bit of, of another bin, or if you have room, maybe just consider putting one in your front room or something. I don't know. I mean, that's something that I would do because, like I said, I don't care if when people come in, they know I have a family, they know I have dogs, they know there's going to be these things around. So it's, to me, it's just not important to have just a pristine, I don't know. That's just, didn't grow up that way. And if you did, then that's fine. I mean, sometimes I see these homes that are just so like, a lot of them are white, which I could never do with my animals, but you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I think, oh, that just seems so like nice and calming to have that much clean, but then I feel like it'd be really stressful on me to keep it that way. So this is how I do things. Anyway, that's not number 4. Put things where you need them. So this may seem obvious, but I learned as I went along. So some of the obvious things are, you want to keep the laundry soap with the washer and dryer. You want to keep the dish soap underneath the sink, or wherever you put it in the kitchen. Some things are not so obvious. I used to keep my kitchen towels and my washcloths for my kitchen in the linen closet with the rest of the stuff that I had to walk all the way back to get it and bring it back. So I just cleaned up the drawer that I kept the pot holders in, which are next to the stove, which is very convenient, and I just put the washcloths and hand towels in there. I had to downsize, and I had to give a bunch of them to my husband to use for rags in the garage because they didn't all fit, but I also didn't need that many because I do laundry every day. So there was no reason to have that many. So I just had enough to where they would fit in there, and I just keep them right there so it's nice and easy. When I want to walk down the counter, I just reach down there and grab it. And to dry my hands, I just reach down there and grab it, whatever I need to do. So that's something I learned. Another thing that I learned was the toilet tissue. I used to keep it out in the garage because I buy it from Costco, so I get those big, huge packages of it. And I used to keep it out there, and I would put a package under each bathroom sink, but it never fails, especially in the kids' bathroom. They don't always, say when they need some, and I will miss to look underneath there to see if there is any in there. So I keep it now above the washer and dryer. Now our washer and dryer is in the hallway with doors, with like the accordion door, things that are in there. And now we keep it up there on the shelf, and I just have a spot for it. And it works perfect because it's literally right across the hall from the boys' bathroom and right across the hall from our bathroom. So it's nice and convenient, easy to do. Another thing I keep in that area is the bathroom cleaning caddy. So I just have a little caddy that I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I keep all the cleaning supplies for the bathrooms in there. Then I just have to carry it from one bathroom to the other, and it's nice and convenient and just in there because I don't have a lot of room under my bathroom sinks. Plus, then what I do have under my bathroom sinks, it's things like, hair products I don't have to keep on the counter, so I can keep my counters clean by putting it under the sink. I wouldn't be able to do that if I kept cleaning products under there. The only one and only cleaning product I do keep under the sink, which I do highly suggest to do quick cleaning in the bathrooms on a daily basis, I keep the like the Clorox wipes under there. I have one under each of the bathroom sinks, and then every day I just pull one or two wipes out and wipe down the counter, wipe down the toilet, and then I wipe down the mirror because I get ones that you can use on the mirrors, and then I just take a dry cloth and I just wipe that down. So I do that every single day, and that way it keeps the bathrooms clean, but then I have my caddy to do the deep cleaning every week. So that's what I'm talking about with having things where you need them. So think about things that you always have to go to another room to grab. Would it make more sense to have it in, if you're always having to do that, would it make more sense to have it where you can get it? Exercise stuff is another thing. I do all my exercising in my bedroom because that's, it's away from everybody, and I have a TV in here where it doesn't gonna bother anybody else. And all my workout supplies used to be in another room, but I cleared out a drawer, my husband's dresser, that he doesn't use. He probably could use it sometimes, but He doesn't anymore. And I cleared it out and I put all my my weights and all my videos and all that stuff is in the drawer, so I don't have to walk out. There's videos was a big thing. That was out in the living room with the rest of the videos. So now instead of walking all the way out there, it's just right here and I can grab it and it's convenient. I have no excuse not to exercise, except for my own brain. Tip number 5. Start with what annoys you the most. So what I mean by this is, so say your house is not quite as clean and tidy as you would like it, and you want it to be a little bit more, but it just feels very overwhelming. Well, start with the room that every time you open it, you're just like, oh my gosh. Or say your whole, your house is nice and tidy, but you're making your monthly list. Make sure you put at the top of your monthly list the room that bugs you the most, or the area of your house that bugs you the most. So maybe it's your garage, or maybe it's your bedroom closet, and you open it every time and you just kind of sigh and just like, one of these days I need to take care of this. Well, believe me, you tackle that room or that space that annoys you just greatly. Believe me, you get that all clean and tidy and organized, your whole rest of your house is going to feel so much tidier to you. You will feel such a relief just having that one space that just bugs you. Plus, it kind of gives you a momentum to work on any other spaces you need to work on. So start with the one that is just driving you crazy. And then you get that one done and then just go from there. And believe me, it'll just be like a domino effect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope these tips help you. Let me know some of your top tips for keeping your home tidy. And I will see you all on the next Top 5 Tuesday. Bye, guys.